Guys, let's talk about Night of the Demons, which I just watched for the first time. Man, watching this one, it's on Prime, so go check it out if you have not seen it. But I know a lot of horror fans have seen Night of the Demons because this is a cult classic that I just never had the chance to watch until Amazon Prime, and Shudder. So thank God we've got that because there are so many horror movies that I need to see that I didn't see whenever they were released in the 80s because I was not born in the 80s. So I'm so glad to finally watch Night of the Demons because this one has a lot that I really liked about this movie. This was really, I could see immediately why this is a cult movie in terms of fun and in terms of enjoyment. This is really awesome. There's an awesome opening sequence with animation that is actually really creative, and I liked that they did that in this movie for the time period it was because they used like a set of animation in the opening. Like I thought that was pretty cool. And we get like a funny line from like this old man at the opening, which I really thought was awesome, where this girl's just trying to help this old man and he's like, I don't need help from a whore like you. And like, it's so hilarious how he says it and it's so over the top. And it sets the tone to how silly this movie is. But I love this type of 80s cheese. Like, this is so awesome. And then there's a hilarious scene where like one character has her boyfriend come over and meet her parents, and like the mom says to him like, "Would you like a fudge log?" And it's like a baked something, like a chocolate something baked chocolate in the oven. It looks like a actual piece of poop, and the J character says no thanks, and then the little brother of the girl says, why would he want that? They look like sun-dried poodle turds. And it's just, again, because of how the lines are delivered so hilarious in this one. And I also like, too, that these characters in this movie are really memorable, and they're really all distinctive from each other. Like, a lot of horror movies kind of fall into that, like, that trap of, like, being all these characters are the same. They're very similar. But I liked all these characters. I thought they all had fun personalities and all their performances were good. So I really liked that. They all had really great chemistry with each other as well. And I want to talk about this one moment in the movie where this character, Suzanne, Linnea Quigley, yes, that one, Linnea Quigley, she takes her top off, like she does in every movie she's in. In every horror movie, Linnea Quigley has her top off, which is, again, it's her thing, which is pretty, yeah. And she is possessed. So there's this moment where she is like putting lipstick all over her face. She gets on her nipple, makes a circle line into her nipple, puts the lipstick right in her nipple, pushes it in, and then puts her hand out of the way, and it's just a regular nipple. Like, so her lipstick went inside of her. It's like, what the fuck? But I like how creepy that was and how bizarre it was. That's just such a memorable scene where, like, you don't know what the fuck just happened. But that made it awesome because it makes it memorable because of that weird shit like that. But I like that. And there is an awesome moment. Linnea Quigley is one of the best parts of this movie, even though I really like this movie. There's a sex scene between her and this guy, and they're having sex, and she says, quit looking at me. He's looking at her. And then she has a demon over her. She says, quit looking at me! And then she puts her hands down and, like, pulls out his eyeballs while they're having sex, and he's just screeching and screaming. Again, because it's so silly, it's so fun and really enjoyable. And the demon makeup, whenever they're possessed, is really creepy and actually works. The voices are good, like the voices of the demons are creepy too. But again, it can be funny too, like whenever Suzanne says, don't look at me. Like, that's great. And honestly, watching this, I feel like this would be a really good watcher on Halloween every year because this is my first time watching it, but man, I really like the fact that this just had that Halloween spirit. It is set on Halloween, and there's just a great sense of atmosphere with Halloween to it. Like, I really just like the feeling of this movie with it's set on Halloween, and it's the Night of the Demons. I think that is really cool. It really just sets the mood and sets the fun for like a Halloween watch. if I watch it next year in Halloween or this year in Halloween. And there's a scene, and I'm going to spoil this, I guess, but there's a scene at the end that blows me away because it is just so. It's such a cool kill. I don't remember seeing a kill like this in any other horror movie I've seen, where this couple, the guy at the beginning of the movie that called that girl a whore for help trying to help him out. The end of the movie, him and his wife are sitting there at the table, and she's like, "I made apple pie." And he's like, okay, and then he realizes that the apples that she made the pie with had razor blades in them because kids do that as a joke, which is a horrible joke that should not be, people shouldn't do, but putting razor blades in like apples. So she makes apple pie and he starts eating it, and then his throat literally starts bleeding open because of all the razor blades going down his throat. That is an awesome kill. That is so cool. And then the grandma, I mean not the grandma, the wife is just like, "Okay, happy Halloween, honey," and he's just sitting there like, literally having razor blades like coming out of his throat and just bleeding everywhere. Like that was an awesome, fantastic way to end it. So I really loved this one. This one was an awesome watch, and again, I want to see it again. I want to watch it on Halloween next year because it was just so fun and so enjoyable. And all these characters are so fun. And that tagline on the poster that I've got right here, saying that Michael and Freddy are too scared to come to the party, but you're invited. Like, that's awesome. And I love the marketing, just how that, again, that demon makeup, like on the poster right here, is really creepy and really works. But this has a very great sense of humor to itself, so I really loved Night of the Demons. Like, this was a really awesome, underrated movie that I know it's a cult movie. I know a lot of people love it in the horror genre, but I'm so glad that I finally got to see it. This was really fun. So tell me down below what you think of the original Night of the Demons. I will watch the sequels eventually, and tell me down below what you think of this movie. And thank you guys so much for watching.